consumer price index for all urban customers increased by 0.5% in December on a seasonally adjusted basis after rising 0.8% in November, as the US Bureau of Labor Statistics report today. Over the last 12 months, the all item index increased 7% before seasonal adjustments. Increases in the indexes for shelter and for
We've passed the challenge.
Hello, nice to have you back on the channel on this awesome day. As you can see, we managed to pass the challenge after 13 days. The max daily loss and the max loss don't seem to be a factor. And I will start by reviewing yesterday's trades. As you can see, yesterday was quite a busy day. We actually had 25 trades, so divided by 2, there are 13 signals. But actually there was a trade that ran overnight, so that's why there's only 25 there. I'll just run through the trades of yesterday, and then I will let Chris explain the trades that we took today that actually made us pass the challenge. I will let her do that because, as you probably know, I had my shares of challenges. So that's why I'll let her do it. So without further ado, let's go and see the trades from yesterday. Before starting, I have to let you guys in on a small update that we made yesterday. As you probably know from the previous video, we said that we would only be trading 3 pairs, which were UJ, Aussie dollar, US dollar, and US dollar, Canadian dollar. But after we did some backtesting on the month of October yesterday on the US dollar, Canadian dollar, we found out that that pair isn't really suitable for this strategy, at least for the short term, because it actually had the worst results of any pair that we backtested during a month, and by bad results I mean an overall drawdown of about 7%. So we decided to take that pair out until we do some further backtesting on it and add our backup pairs, which are GU and EJ, pairs that we backtested a decent sample, above 2 months of sample, so we know that they give decent or let's say average results. Okay, let's start with the UJ. As you can see, we took the 2 trades. The first one happened on this retest, this EMA retest. We just set a pending order above these bars right here, and this trade went to 2-to-1 with no problem. The thing that I have to add here is that after locking in 1-to-1 and after removing all the risk that we had on the table, we actually were able to enter a second trade, a second scaling on this pin bar EMA retest right here, which unfortunately only went up to 1-to-1 because the trend shifted the direction and went to the downside. But anyway, as for the moment, UJ was a nice pair and still consists kind of the main instrument that we trade using this strategy, because from the days that we backtested it and from the days that we actually traded it, it kind of returned the most decent results. Moving on to the Aussie US dollar, we had 2 trades here as well. As you can see, they also happened in the US market open. We had this nice sell here on this retest. The position was triggered after this low was broken, and without pretty much actually it just needed 10 minutes to get to 2-to-1. So this was a quick win for us, which was actually nice. And then we managed to enter another signal after this retest of the EMAs right here. And when this low was broken, unfortunately, this position didn't went to at least 1-to-1. So we have to count this as a full loss. So at Aussie US dollar, as a recap, we had a win, a 2-to-1 win, and a full loss. Moving on to the British pound US dollar, we also took 2 trades here. One was a bit of a long trade. As you can see, this trade had a standard entry as well. This was the retest that we counted. On the ATMA, we set a pending order up here and it was triggered. The 1-to-1 came quite easily after actually 5 minutes. And then we had to wait some time for the 2-to-1. While waiting for the 2-to-1, we had another instance to enter the trade right here on this retest. After this bar didn't touch the EMA, you could actually enter it here. It's kind of the same entry. And unfortunately, this was a trade that got triggered and got stopped out quite rapidly, but we still had this running, this one-to-one running with no risk on the table. Sorry, I hope you can see the trade, which was taken right here. So at GU, as a recap, we have a loss and a win, just like we had it on the US dollar, on the Aussie dollar, US dollar. And finally, the trades that we took on EJ. This is actually a fun story right here. We only took one trade on EJ, which happened to be quite a tragic one, because this happened as the market execution during this candle, because we saw that it went away from the EMAs, then it pulled back into the EMA. As you can see here, this green engulfing candle pulled back into the EMA. And while this candle was running, we were just calculating the lot size to open the position. The candle was, sorry, was all the way up here. And we entered as a market execution, and probably the app lagged, but for some reason we opened 4 positions instead of 2, so we risked 2% on this trade, which, as you can see, unfortunately was lost in 10 minutes. So that's 2% down the drain. Overall, these were the main trades that we took yesterday. Yesterday, as you probably saw on the metrics, we were a slight it was a slight losing day, I think minus $28. On paper, actually, all the trades that we took, minus commissions and spreads, were actually adding up to plus 0.5%. So that's a decent example for you guys for what slippages and spreads actually mean. So the difference between plus 0.5%, so plus $250 in our case, and the minus $28 was given only by spreads and slippages. And I think I rambled enough. Now I will let Chris come in with the main part of this video, which are the trades from today that managed to get us to pass the challenge. See you in our next videos.
So, as Alex said in the previous moments, we started today with a gain on account of 4%, and yesterday we managed to get like break even. So we actually didn't have many expectations for this day, but now I'm going to share with you the 2 trades that actually made us to pass this FTMO challenge. So the first trade was taken actually yesterday evening on the Aussie US dollar pair. So as we can see here, the price was going nicely to the upside, then made this retouch into these EMAs. So we set it the buy position right here, and the 1-to-1 target was hit relatively quickly. Then we had the second position with the 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio that actually hit the take profit somewhere today in the night right here. So this was the first trade taken on Aussie US dollar, and overall for this one we made 0.5% for the 1-to-1 trade and 1% for the 2-to-1 trade for this one. So overall on the Aussie US dollar we've got 1.5%. And then the second trade we took today, the actually winning one, was on the GBP US dollar pair. And I will show you now this trade. So actually we were pretty scared today because there were these news that were coming, and we knew that the US dollar is going to be quite volatile today. But actually we took this trade on GBP US dollar. As you can see here, the price was above the EMAs, then it was made this retouch right here. So we've set it our buy pending order right here, and actually the 1-to-1 was hit pretty quickly. And then first of all we set it the 2-to-1 trade right here, exactly as our strategy was saying. But then we've saw right here that there is a nice level that if is getting broken, we can make much more. I will switch now to a 1 hour time frame in order for you to see the levels that we actually see and the levels that made us to decide to move this take profit to a higher level. I'm going to switch to a higher time frame. So as we can see here, if this price was going to be broken, we were hitting the next important support level, next important resistance level. And that's why I'm going to switch again on the 5 minutes time frame. We decided that if the price is going to break impulsively this level, it will go to the next one. So we just take our take profit to 7-to-1 risk reward ratio in order to get that 3.5 overall. And as we can see here, we just analyzed correctly this graph, and when the price broke impulsively this level, it just easily reached the next one, and that's how we managed to get this really nice trade that made us to pass this FTMO challenge. So I think that's it for today. That was our trades that made us to pass the FTMO challenge. If you want to see the strategy that we are using, Alex just made a really nice video about this one. Also, last week we made 2 live sessions that are pretty long, but you can see there all the trades that we are taking and how we actually enter the position. So make sure to see those lives also, because you can learn a lot of this strategy there. That's it for today. We are going to keep you updated with our FTMO challenge. Tomorrow we are going to start the evaluation phase, so we are going to keep you updated with our positions and our trades. And if you have any questions or remarks regarding our FTMO challenge and the trades, please write them in comments. Thank you for watching, and of course, until the next video, trade safe and trust the process.